This is Hoes with Feelings.
The thing is, I do wish that I still have my nose ring. And so there is
jealous.
a tiny bit of jealousy. It just in your comfort with wearing a fake nose ring. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe everyone is.
You think it's weird to wear a fake nose
Yeah.
ring?
Yeah,
Why?
I do. We're in our 30s. Like, that's one point. That's
Bitch,
one point.
You're in your 30s. I'm 19.
Oh, sure. Okay. Older than me. Fully older
She's
than me.
young.
Are you worried that it's just gonna slip out?
I did lose one last night in the club.
Oh my God.
I lost the one I was wearing yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Which I really liked because it was an evil eye.
Fantastic.
And I'm decked out in evil eye.
Yeah, you got enough. Yeah.
Okay, she's
Whoever
protected.
is trying to get us. Do you know that I bought like 6 of them. Do you remember in Hedro when it was like
You
6
give
of
to
them
your
all in a
aunts?
row? No, to give to me, my mom, and my sisters to protect us from evil eyeing each other.
That's very smart.
And I felt that was very Greek.
Yeah.
Sounds like something from the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't even remember what the Odyssey is about.
I don't either.
Who remembers what the Odyssey is about?
Not I.
Mm-mm.
Anyway. All right. Well, today is about travel.
Today's about travel and vacations. Girls trips. But also when we were just talking about being young, we can talk about our trip and how we went to Greece and we brought my niece to Greece, which in hindsight, I'm like, wow, I thought that was going to go way better than it did.
When I have told people your plan, I'm shocked that I didn't intervene now.
Why?
Because I just felt like you had it under control and this was like your family's decision. But when you say, first of all, I was in Europe. I did not plan this. I said, you can meet me on this date where I will be in Europe. And then
I changed the plans. I said, I'm bringing my niece.
Which I said, am I the nanny named Fran?
Yeah.
What is going on? Like, no, fine, 2 days, okay, but I am not responsible for this child.
No,
like
and you
I was
weren't.
nervous and I wasn't, and it was totally fine. But I was also like, oh my God, I'm kind of responsible for I'm here.
So my niece is 15, and I the whole time kept
she's
telling
a runner.
Melissa, and she is a runner, she's a track star. I mean, the reason why we said she's got to spend the summer in Greece is because she's been misbehaving.
Wait, you got to back up. The plan was not, okay, we'll tell her she is spending the summer in Greece.
Oh yeah, she didn't
Carolina
know.
brought her to Greece, kept her passport, and left her there.
Yo, when you say it like that, you make it sound really sinister and crazy. What happened is that my thing is, I'm not going to leave her with her passport because, first of all, she could lose it. She's 15 and she didn't need it. So I was like, I'm going to take it with me. And then when I go pick her up in August, I'll give her, and I didn't just leave her alone. She's there with my cousin and her husband and their baby. She's staying with my family and she's in Greece having a great time.
But to be surprised left is really crazy.
It is.
Do you think that's going to fare well?
It's fine.
All right.
I don't care.
it is the best punishment that you can
It is the best punishment.
Fathom.
And she deserves a punishment.
Have a Mamma Mia.
Have a Mamma Mia moment. Like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Sure. It's
but
nice.
I kept saying while we were on our trip, I was like, being with her makes us look younger. Like, we look young now.
On what planet does being next to someone who has the skin
Baby
of like
soft
an
skin.
absolute goddess?
Yeah.
Tall, tits high. I felt ancient.
Yes.
Ancient. And it looked like you were her mom.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
If you saw us, it's giving mom and friend with teen.
I look like her mom?
Not because you look old, just if I saw that dynamic anywhere out traveling, I wouldn't be like, I bet that's a quirky aunt.
Okay, yeah, I would think like, okay, that's an aunt in her 20s.
Studio audience, what do you think?
That's an aunt in her 20s.
Me, right?
With her
Mom.
friend who's also in her 20s.
You guys look identical. You guys look so much alike.
I don't look
There's no way. Whatever. I love that optimism.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we look like hags taking a child
I didn't
to
look
Europe.
like a hag. I think you didn't look like a hag either.
Thanks, girl.
Also, I'm just like, first of all, who gets to go to Europe with a bad bitch aunt and her bad
Here's
bitch
the
friend?
thing. I would have
don't care.
died for that. I would have died for that. And was she excited to hang out with us? No.
No.
Not for a second.
No, we took her on a catamaran ride.
Mhm.
We watched the sunset in Greece. We jumped into the ocean. And she was kind of just like,
She was like, I
yeah.
hate this. You know, maybe I wouldn't have liked it either. If you want to be with your boyfriend, there is truly nothing that can,
Okay, but when she grows up and she looks back on this, she's gonna be like, I was being so
she
dumb.
might be like, what a great trip to Greece I had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, she won't be like, I was dumb for not whatever. Nobody regrets anything. Like, I do have that like weird amnesia where like, it started when I was a child when I like freaked out at Chuck E. Cheese's and I left the restaurant and I was like, I love Chuck E. Cheese. And I was 2 and they were like, well, that's weird. Active repression in our child, like immediately. So like I can reframe history and I feel like that's what she'll do.
Oh, I bet she will. And that's fine
with
me.
Why
but
not?
For now, I have no regrets. I think I did what needed to be done.
Okay.
I am proud of us.
Yeah.
And I really do appreciate you going with me. And that was the thing, Melissa. Like, I really appreciate you. Like, how many people can you say, like, okay, we're going on vacation, and then I just pull up and I'm like, I bring a 15-year-old, one who's kind of who has an attitude problem.
Well, was I super on board the first time you pitched it to me? No. But I don't know. You were so excited, and I really didn't want to not be there for your first Greece experience.
I needed you there.
I know. And I almost bailed because I was having a really good trip already. This was the first time this had happened to me where I was like, I've had like a great 2.5 weeks away and I could absolutely go home. And I don't know. It was the first time I had been with Leisure Center for that amount of time straight, barely like went to the bathroom by myself. And I was like, that was hard. And I was also just like, oh my God, this is why we're dating. Like we had not had that much like quality time together.
You forgot.
I was like, oh my God, you are great. Like I was just like,
oh my God, I love him.
I love him. Yeah. So I was kind of like, I could go home, but I was like, don't be that girl. So I didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm glad.
I'm
very glad.
I mean, listen, there
really
were ups
fun.
And there were downs, but there were a lot of ups.
There's a lot of ups.
And we had a lot of fun and did like
always
cool
do.
shit. And that's
my favorite thing about us traveling together is it's the best and the worst part is that we are constantly playing like financial chicken.
Oh, yes.
Where it's like, yeah, I'll spend that.
Yeah.
I'll do that
Yeah.
And we both know that we like
do
kind of don't have it, but we always work it out.
Make it work. We always make it work.
Do you remember when I cried in Miami though that one time? I was like on the phone with like unemployment.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with unemployment. I was like, I need this job. Like they skipped a week.
That will really hold you back. Okay, do you remember when
I'm getting hot thinking about it. And there's like literally like
myself,
the cars.
I also was in Greece on the phone with Hamide, like, okay, now go down.
Don't actually do that's illegal. Don't talk about that.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
But there were cars, when people get those like crazy cars in Miami that like shoot and it's like so loud. I'm like hearing those on the strip. I'm like on Collins with you, crying. Those cars are going by. I'm like, no, I'm in New York. Like, it was just so dumb. Like, one of those moments where you're like, you've pushed it too far.
Yeah, I mean, but we stay
But that was
pushing
the last
it.
day. I know,
the problem with us is that we enjoy nice things. And I feel like most comedians...
We have a taste for opulence.
We have a taste for opulence. Most comedians have like, are on a budget and like, are like hustling. And every time they get their money, they're like, I just made money off of comedy. I'm going to save it. No, we're like, I just made money off of comedy.
About that.
Let's fucking spend that shit. Every time.
You know when it's glaringly obvious is on tour. Like when we went to Seattle and we blew it the fuck out. Like oysters.
Crab. We ordered a whole crab. We went to Seattle. We were in Seattle for less than an hour and ordered a full crab. Spent $100 for sure. Ordered a crab, had oysters. We wanted, what was it, shrimp.
Even like Natalie and Calvin were like, we'll get a soup. And we were like,
they were like, we'll just get like, a taco. And we were like, no, let's fucking run it up.
I love that about us though.
No, I do
and
too.
And like eventually the finances will catch up. And I feel like that's our optimism and what we feed each other with is like, although I did hear this, and this is the most American shit ever, where it's like Americans, we all see ourselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. You get it? Because it's like, you think you're going to be a millionaire. But right now, not right now, like this is a moment for me.
Yes,
this is a moment.
I'm just in this
moment.
moment.
But everybody thinks they're going to be wealthy. I don't know if everybody thinks that, but like.
I don't think everybody thinks that they're going to be wealthy.
A lot of people do.
Really?
I think just that's what I heard.
I mean, I think I'm going to be wealthy.
This is very Wendy Williams. How you doing? I pointed to them.
Yo.
You should be here all the time. So Monkey Fingers is in. I can't believe I like committed to not calling you that. Your hands are so normal. absolute normal hands. That's a crazy nickname.
It's not a crazy nickname. Her fingers do look like monkey fingers. My mom also has monkey fingers. My mom's fingers are like that.
Okay, whatever. Point being, we pulled it off.
We always pull it off. And we've
do.
had some good, like, we did Scotland together. We did London together.
How funny is it? So a lot of our friends are headed back to the Fringe Festival.
In Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh.
Blah.
And we were like so traumatized leaving. And what do I want to do?
Go right back.
I feel left out.
I feel left out as
go
well.
Have fun.
It was a good time.
It was great.
Listen, I was just going through things. I was also sleeping on an air mattress.
And I was on the couch.
And
I was watching her pump it up with the foot pump every night. It was so sad.
Putting the living in a living room. Okay.
Yeah, we were living in the living room.
And it was so sad. Like she'd be laying on the couch and I would be fucking, not only was this air mattress like a foot pedal pump air mattress, and I would have to pump it every day. And I'd just be sitting there looking at her like.
We'd make eye contact fully at the end of the day, not speak, and just speak without words.
Yeah, and we'd be like, okay, this is.
And yet, I'm like, this sounds fun.
I mean, we
did
have
fun
good
to
times.
go back. We did. That was another.
I think we also.
It's because I went from warm weather to cold weather, which I think is really crucial as far as like planning travel. Like when you are like this trip that I did, UK.
Then you went to
then I went to hot weather. And I think that I loved England so much because I knew I was going to get real sun in Greece. If that was my main trip, I don't know if I would tell you.
And I told you this already because when I'm coming from New York to Scotland, I'm so excited to be in the UK. I've never been to the UK before in my life. It's literally my dream to go there. I'm like, Melissa was like,
I hate it here.
And she was like, you don't understand. This is depressing. This weather is disgusting.
When the plane landed,
but now that I've been in Greece, now that I've been to Greece,
imagine going from absolute paradise to rainy, wet, cold August. Like my body knows when I'm supposed to be in warm weather.
Greece
and that
is
was
paradise. I am in love with Greece.
Yeah.
I might, we're planning my trip back to go retrieve. I'm going to retrieve my niece. But I'm only going to be there for like one day.
Are you really?
Yeah,
you're going to go for 1 day?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I ain't paying for those tickets. Kendra's paying for the tickets. And if Kendra wants her daughter back in 1 day.
You already have the what?
I have the one ticket. But
I know,
if Kendra's,
and I do too is the hard part.
So if my sister wants her daughter back in a day, she'll get her a day. Also, we have a layover in Oslo.
True. Oh my God, my friend had that one time.
Stephanie had that one layover.
Time. And she was like, I'm going to the Viking Museum. I was like, don't you fucking dare. You are going to miss this flight. Come back and don't take a taxi to the Viking Museum.
I have
that's
overnight.
Insane.
It's an overnight one.
Okay, well, you're going to be sleepy. Actually, you know what? You can get a lot of really good smoked fish in that airport.
I know. People talk
Bring
about
it back.
That. No, like we're probably going to have to get a hotel because we are like getting off the plane and then getting on the plane the next day.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a layover.
Cool.
No, I know.
Fun.
I'm so excited. I'm going to make Liliana go out with me in Norway. I took her to Milan. Mind you, on the way to Greece, we went to Milan.
Is it awesome?
We casually had lunch in Milan on the way to Greece. I was like, bitch, you...
You better be happy.
I mean, when you went off on her on the boat, I was like, Melissa loves me.
I did not go off on her on the boat.
But I was like, Melissa loves me. She's
I was
my
just
knight in
like,
shining armor.
Nobody rides for their family the way that you do. I am being the biggest bitch about my sister's wedding. I'm like, it's taking over my life. And like, you would be handling this with absolute grace and class. And I'm trying to. I'm really trying to.
I don't know about that. Weddings are another beast.
It's just like every single month there's been something where I like have to go to Pittsburgh. And it was like a different wedding in June. It's just like everything.
Sorry.
I'm doing
Weddings
okay.
are a mess.
I'm doing okay.
I think the sister...
I'm just hanging on by a thread.
Sister of the
mentally.
Bride? Oh, yeah.
I'm maid of honor. I'm like...
Oh, you're maid of honor.
With my other sister, luckily.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, everything kind of is me. And like we went back for like the bridal shower, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But there's all of these rules that I don't fucking know about.
Like
what? My mom is like, well, you're running the bridal shower. You're the maid of honor. And I was like, who made up these rules in 1986 and like didn't tell me about it? Like, what are you like? I don't know. It's just like very bizarre. trad wife culture that I'm like not
Trad
a part
wife.
of.
What's
and
trad
my mom,
wife?
Trad wife is like
traditional wife. Ah.
But like, and not like I'm even frowning on that culture. I'm just like, I don't know the traditions.
I don't really know I know some of the traditions are.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot.
I'm a non-traditional. It's expensive. But I feel like my wedding was very non-traditional.
You're not trad wife, yeah.
No.
Well, you cook a lot.
I cook, but that's it. All I do is cook a lot.
Okay, this leads in well to one little thing.
Fights when you travel.
Which, like, we are pretty good about. Like,
we are good at fighting.
On tour, I feel like I'm a little more edgy and you love to, like, poke at me when we're on tour. So I was expecting some of this. But this is what I learned about you, is it's only when you have an audience. When we are one-on-one, she is Mother Teresa to me. She is gorgeous, so lovely, so takes care of me, so sweet. One person is around, she is ready to throw it down, and it's a surprise to me. It's a sucker punch. That's what I'll say. I don't even know what a verbal sucker punch.
Describe throw it down. I said one thing in a store. A lady gave me a compliment.
I'm not even talking about the store.
Okay, so what are you talking
about?
Well,
sure. We'll do that first.
A lady gave me a compliment, and she said something. I don't remember what the compliment was.
She said, I love your outfit.
Oh, she loved my outfit. Ew, what was I wearing? Oh, it was a good outfit.
And Carolina goes,
at least someone loves me.
And then the entire store turns and looks at me, and I'm like, I wasn't even speaking aloud.
They knew that I was just joking.
No, they didn't. This is a different culture. The guy working there goes, my friend hit me too. And it looks at me. And I was like, I didn't do anything. Everyone was like, it looked like a boyfriend who, like a girlfriend's crying, and everyone's like, oh, that piece of shit boyfriend. That was the vibe in the store. I was just living my life, paying for my things. Then, well, before that, the boat one. That's what I was going to bring up first, as we're talking trad wife.
What is the boat?
Carolina just randomly goes, well, I'm a bigger feminist than you.
Oh, yeah, I did. I said I was more feminist than you.
Out of nowhere, apropos to nothing, when I'm actively taking care of your niece with you. I was just like, why are you trying to fight with me in front of this boat audience? You were trying to fight with me.
I think sometimes you hear the things that I say and you think I'm trying to start a fight when I'm just like playing.
Okay. That is a different type of friendship that we have, and that I do feel sometimes is fun. I was not in a place to play. Okay. I was not down to clown. I was like, why am I not feminist? Yeah, it did. It was triggering for whatever reason.
She got really upset about it.
When you're cooking dinner every night, you're married. Who's cooking and cleaning for me? Leisure center. Who's doing it at your house? You.
Excuse me, Hamide cleans for me.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going to fight about it. I'm not going to fight about it. I'm not going to fight about it. But that was crazy.
She said she's not going to fight about it, but she's starting to fight.
Gorgeous boat situation.
Okay, listen, I just want to say one thing.
You see what I deal with?
I just want to say one thing. I did not expect you to get that upset. I swear on God.
The reason I say this is because I think I am more sensitive when I travel.
Yes. And
I will give you that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is exactly. Because am having the time of my life.
This, when she first she snapped at me at night, and I was like, okay, she's mad. And then the next day, she was like, I need to talk to you. And I was like, and I felt like, I understand what she was saying, and she wasn't down to clown, and I get that. But on my other hand, I was like, I'm actually so happy to be here. I'm actually so grateful that you let me come. And I genuinely was trying to not get on your nerves.
Well, and that's what was at the core of all of it at the end of the day. Because what was bothering me, which we talked about, was you'd be like, could you pass the bread? I know you hate doing that for me. Could you do this?
I know
you're going to get mad at me, but will you pass the salt?
She's dragging it.
I'm a monster.
She's dragging it through
the
mud.
So I was she thinks I'm such a frigid bitch. So then I felt like I was being more of a bitch. And then I was like, I just have to stop this cycle. And that's when we had the talk.
Yeah.
And when we had the talk, I realized how hard you were trying. And that's what you were saying with those things that I was taking in a sensitive way. I get it. But it is kind of, and the other, when I woke up to Carolina's voice going, don't wake up, Melissa. She's so grumpy when she wakes up. She'll bitch us out. She'll curse you out to Liliana. And I was like, you're making me sound like a monster.
But to me, it's just but first of all, you don't like being woken up
that way.
I hear you. One, you do not like being woken up, Melissa.
I know.
And that's what I have learned. And two, I wasn't doing it like a sneaky, like talk shit about you way, but in a like, you better shut it up, Liliana.
Which is even worse. I'm like, Liliana thinks I'm a bitch.
Well, it's good. Whatever. And she should. She should be scared of you.
Fair, fine. But my point is, we had a really productive talk.
Yeah, we did.
We really did. And we cried. And then, like, I really saw, once again, like, I with Frank, I was like, this is why you're my girl. Mm-hmm. Like, you were like, there was something really sweet where you were like, I can't find my phone and the ringer's off. And I was like, oh my God, she put the ringer off so she didn't wake me up in the, like, little things like that. I was like, oh my God, she is trying so hard. And I was very touched.
I'm glad you saw that.
Because you love to be loud in the morning. And you were actually so good in Greece. You were so good in Greece.
I was tiptoeing like a motherfucker.
And that's when I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
Because when I'm awake, I'm awake.
I just didn't want you to feel like I'm a huge bitch. She does think I'm a huge bitch.
I don't think you're a huge bitch. I think you're a little bit of a bitch, but so am I.
Okay, I'll take that.
Like, you want me to lie to you and tell you you're not a little bit of a bitch?
No, I accept
Come on now. We're friends.
You know me.
All my friends are bitches.
But I think that the point...
Literally, look at the lineup from last night. Bitches.
Oh my God.
All of them.
Yeah, scary.
Okay?
We're all scary.
Just demons. But I love them.
Me too. Me too. It was, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
absolutely.
I think you are, even if we do get into our fights, you are still my favorite person to travel with. I feel like we have so much fun. Remember in Guatemala, we literally have so much fun. You push me to be more fun.
I do push
when I want to give up on something. Like that time that we were in Livingston and I wanted to give up and just sleep because we ate and we got so drunk drinking that mama. What the fuck was that called?
I don't know, but it was
some
crazy.
Fucking backwoods island alcohol and.
Yeah.
We
both fell asleep.
We both. I mean,
woke up.
She woke up and she was like, "Let's fucking go."
Yeah.
And then you got mad at me because I told Ham that you gave me ketamine. Oh, we don't talk about
allegedly?
That. Allegedly gave me ketamine. She allegedly woke me up by sticking her nail in my nose. Can we not talk about drugs on our podcast?
I don't know. Sure.
I'm sorry. I think it's fine to talk about.
We did. That's okay.
That's who we are.
All right.
Listen, we're talking about drugs on our podcast because we do them sometimes. I did shrooms at my wedding.
Allegedly.
I did shrooms at my wedding, and I said it on stage last night in front of my mom.
It's a little more acceptable to say than a horse tranquilizer abroad.
I don't care. I feel like I've never done enough for it to make me feel like I'm tranquilized. It always gets me pumped. And it worked.
Yeah.
And then we went out into the night and we walked in the
And who fell down?
And I fell. I fell and I started bleeding. And Melissa said, get up. I hear the music. We will find this party.
I said, we'll get you some napkins.
But then we like partied in Livingston with the people from Livingston. Playing like all this good ass music. Like, I'm so glad. You make me go do fun things. Yeah.
And that is my cross to bear when I travel with you. And I'm happy to bear it. Because I mean... That was one thing I will say was really positive about my UK experience was me and Frank were on the go. We are the same level. We were never one place for more than 24 hours. It was just like boom, 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 we're going. And then, but I like, but I like it. I like being like, let's find something new. Let's whatever. And I'm kind of like, camp counseling a little bit and fun.
But
and
I also camp counseled in Athens. You did the catamaran.
In a different way. No, that's what
you got on the catamaran.
We cover different bases. I was forced to go on a bike tour.
Yeah. I mean, we went on an electric bike tour that literally was so fun. And Melissa, as soon as she got there, was like, I'm not wearing a helmet. What is this going to be like? Am I going to... Asking the guy all these questions. He's like, he was so sweet. He adjusted everything for us. He was like, yeah, we can make it half an hour because you want to go to this.
I didn't want to be by cars. I'm not getting hit by a fucking car on vacation.
Going off on him about this. The more we get on the bikes, it's an electric bike. So yes, it's hot, but we're like whizzing down. We get on the bikes and we start having so much fun. And then like little by little, Melissa starts extending it. She's like, we can do 45 minutes. Actually, no, we can do the hour. She's like, no, you can do 30 more minutes. She's like, what else are you going to show us? Okay, maybe just do the full 2 hours. Yeah, no.
I was like, 45 minutes tops. We have to be out of here at exactly 45 minutes from when we started. And he was like, okay. okay. And yeah, we did a full 2 hours. Yeah.
I mean, it was perfect. And then when we did get to that art exhibit,
like bikes.
It was like perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
It was on time.
It was great. I'm really backed up in Instagram posts, and I'm in a really bad way. And that's when I'm like, oh my God, I am so millennial and it's humiliating. And that like, why can't I post in the moment? Like this trip, I really was so in the moment. Like stories, yes, I'll go the fuck off.
She was.
But I lose the plot when I travel, and I do love it.
I low-key am the girl on the vacation that's like, let's take a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do
and
a
I'm like,
video.
you're ruining the moment.
And she's like, I don't want to do this. I want to be in the moment. I want to be.
I did not say
there was
in the
one
moment.
night
I
when
said
you were like,
ruined a moment.
Okay, I ruined a moment. But
because she was making me do this clap thing. Every day.
It's for the song.
It was funny.
I don't
like,
want to lose you now.
Because you did it so offbeat, it was hilarious.
I did it offbeat by myself?
No, the video.
Oh.
It's like, I don't want to lose you now. Dad, boom. Like
it was hard.
Of course, but
tried.
It's much better. It's really, I'll treasure that video forever. Because
okay, yay. I need to put it on Instagram. I need to make it.
Shit
It was
I
the
have
goofiest shit
ever been forced to do. And everyone like at the hotel knew about it because they'd be like, oh, they're doing their clap again today.
I know, because
like,
I'd be like, hey,
so
can you
silly.
take a video of us clapping?
And it's me like.
And me being like.
Also, I'm like kind of bad at it. Like that was something else that I learned.
Or
like,
she would put her hand like this, and I would hit
like,
it, and her whole body would shake.
Whatever.
She'd be like, oi, 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 oi.
Yeah.
Like a spring.
Yeah. I don't know. And now I'm like, I don't want to not post about these things, but it's like, oh, that was a month ago.
That doesn't matter. Just put your shit up, girl.
Yeah, I will, I guess.
Put your shit up. I mean, it's hard. I've decided, especially with my TikTok, if I feel like doing it right now, I will post it right there in the moment. Who knows what's going to happen?
I love that. And that's very Gen Z, I think. And that's like TikTok, I do feel, no, actually, I feel really
I am
tight.
Gen Z. I keep trying to tell you.
I always forget, yeah. Yeah, my young friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Me chaperoning my young friends.
Yeah. Hamide always says that to me. He's like, we old. I'm like, no, Hamide,
you're old.
I'm 19. You're a pervert.
You're a fucking pervert.
Run around marrying a 19-year-old young woman and you're in your 30s.
Criminal.
Nasty man.
I love that. Hamide does seem decades older than us. Not in a bad way.
In a bad way sometimes.
No, in a responsible way.
In a very responsible way.
Because you got a talking to when we came back.
I got a talking to when we came back. I even got a talking to this morning.
Oh, really? About
he
what?
said, I just was like, what do you think about the show? And he was like, it was very good, blah, 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 blah. But he was like, but you need to start promoting it way ahead of time. He said, you didn't promote it until you came back from Greece. And he's like, if you had promoted it before you came back from Greece, you probably would have had more people and it would have been bigger. He's like, but it was very good for your first one. But now you know for the next one, start to promote it right now. And I was like, damn.
Does Hamide work for CAA? What is going on? Like he's saying all of the right things too. And they're hitting me as well. He should give us like talks.
Our therapist said that he like spoils me and like coddles me and that we have our therapist came for me the other day. She was like, he's not your father. Like he's not responsible.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, agree to disagree, miss. Okay, Danny. But anyways, she was like, he's not your father and like you're talking to him like he's your dad. You like what? She came for, like, snatched my wig, even though I don't have a wig, which is fine. But I was just like, first of all, bitch. Actually, I didn't say that. I cried. I sat there and I cried. She came for my neck about him. Yeah. No, not silently.
Something
I was like
funny that
like,
I did the other night. Yeah.
Sobbing.
I came home drunk and I cried. Frank is asleep. And I go stand next to the bed and I say something cryptic like, well, that's it. Or like something weird, and Frank opens his eyes and just sees me like, and he's like, ah! And he was like, what are you doing? Acting like a ghost. What eyes? He goes, what eyes?
He said you were acting like a ghost. I know you were. I bet you were
But
acting like a
that's when
fucking
it was
ghost.
like, I don't know. Like my crying, like I was just being dramatic, but it felt like performance art in the moment where I was like, someone has to witness this because it was like mascara down the face.
We really are the
like,
same person, Melissa, because that's some shit I
so
would
I
do.
just stood next to the bed and I thought he might wake up just from me standing there with the energy, but he didn't. He's freaking snoring. So I had to say the line and maybe even tap a little bit. And then, and he was so creeped out. He was like, but then he was awake
One
and
of
we
my
got to talk
favorite
about
things to do is to walk into the room while Hamide's sleeping and stare at him and will him to wake up with my eyes.
Does it work?
It does work sometimes.
See, that's
sometimes I
cool.
have to get
Frank's
close to him, like
Center's
look at him
out.
closer. Sometimes I do it from standing up, just like looking down at him, but sometimes I have to get on the bed and look.
I'll try that angle.
I love
I bet
doing
from
it.
above is really effective.
From above is really effective, but like I have to be careful. Because today she's running around her panties. I said, put pants on.
Who?
Because Hamide, my friend Monkey Fingers, who's visiting me from
yes.
South Carolina, who's also in the studio.
How you doing?
I'm like, you better put some pants on because I literally got in trouble because he told the therapist that I had brought my friend into his room in her panties and she was not in her panties. She was wearing a leotard.
He's Muslim.
Yes,
Carolina.
I know. I know. I was about to say I keep forgetting, but I don't. So he was like, you cannot bring into our bedroom in panties. I was like, I'm laughing. The therapist, this is why honestly, at this point, I think the therapist is on his side.
Duh.
She thinks I'm crazy because first of all, she wasn't in her underwear. She was wearing a bodysuit.
What is he? Do you think Hamide knows the difference between underwear and a bodysuit? First of all,
Bodysuit's
second
covered.
of all, yeah, but
no pants.
Yeah, he's like, your friend's vagina is close to me in our
wasn't that close.
Bedroom space.
It wasn't even close to him. We were standing out away from the bed. We were we were whispering.
Well, voicing his boundaries.
Yes, and I respect that. And so I said, put on some pants because I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, Jonah Hill Hamide.
Yeah. Don't post bikini pictures.
No.
I know. Would Frank ever say anything to you about posting?
No,
Me
are you
neither.
kidding?
Okay,
no.
I think he's never said anything about posting, but like if he sees me in the moment, he'll be like, put some shorts on under that skirt.
Fair.
That's about as much as he'll do.
Frank is scared to say that.
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe. No, if I asked, I think because Leisure Center does not want me commenting on what he is wearing. He will only say something if it's like a fashion note. I would say that.
Cute.
It's cute, but it's also humiliating. Like if I'm like this and he's like, no. Like then I'm like, fair.
But that's
like, it's
a vibe
brutal.
though. Can
It's
you
brutal.
imagine? But also, Leisure Center is so fashion, so stylish. He
Impeccable
knows his shit.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's he's always right, but then there's some things where he's told me not to buy them and I bought them and I'm like,
Look at me now.
Look, everyone is obsessed with this.
Mhm.
So like I do have to trust myself.
You have to like stay to your personal style.
Yeah.
I said my thing with Hamide is that it's not about like fashion because he don't know nothing about fashion at all. His is just like, don't show your kuka to people.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. And he's not tweeting about it. He's talking to you about it in therapy.
Yeah. He's
Keke
like, just
Palmer's
don't show your cuckoo. He's like, wear whatever you want to wear. Wear the short dress, but like put some shorts underneath, please. And it's also because I never sit with my legs closed.
I know.
My legs are open. They're here. They're there. They're just everywhere. So it makes sense that he.
Did you wear shorts today?
No.
I was like, he's going to be like, well, maybe that's a boundary. Don't show your pussy on the podcast.
Okay, I'm wearing panties and I showed it to you. They can't see it.
Okay. Maxime, did you see that?
Did you see that? He's not even listening to us. Wow.
We love straight men.
We love straights.
Oh my God. Well, I think that like ultimately every girl's trip is going to have the highs
and the lows.
And we do a really good job at maximizing both and keeping a medium.
I think we don't have a lot of lows though.
I don't think we do
have
either.
Like one low a trip.
Literally
one
but
snack. I think even in Guatemala, I feel like we didn't really fight in Guatemala, did we?
We didn't. It was like the last day we were both kind of burnt out. the market situation, I felt really bad about it. Like made us go to this market and it was just like huge drama. And then well, you know what a lot of it is too? It's like, I feel like my family shit comes up where I'm like, it's my fault. Like my drama in Greece was also kind of like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't have come. Liliana's gonna be mad. And just because like all of that,
are you kidding me? I literally needed
ruined
you
it.
so bad.
Maybe I ruined it.
Ruined what for her? Nothing made her happy.
Just because when your cousin who didn't know I was listening was like, maybe you're just too wrapped up in your friend. And I was like,
yeah, but
she didn't know the situation. And I actually was like, we have included her so hard and been like, you are one of us, you are our friend, whatever. But also because all Becky really saw, my cousin saw, was me being like, take Liliana and going to the club. We had one club night.
One club night, but it was the night where I was like, hi, Becky, haven't seen you in a long time. Congratulations on moving to Greece. Take this take this teenager. I'm going to the club.
But the next night we
Melissa
with her.
and my new friend and our new friend that we met that night.
Okay, we were literally dining on like one of those like
rooftops.
Jackie, Athens rooftops where it's like Acropolis view. And then like the service is terrible. And this girl was on a Tinder date with this guy who I did think was cute.
I thought he was cute. I also thought they were a full couple.
I thought they'd been dating for a long time and she was losing interest. But she was taking pictures of him with the Acropolis. Mm-hmm. And he did not take photos of her. But I was just like, for a guy to be like, take my photo.
Yeah.
Then she starts talking shit about him to us in front of him. And I was like, and we find out he only speaks German.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like, and they met that night and she's like, I hate him. What are you guys doing? And we were like, we're going out. And she's like, great. So he like goes to the bathroom and she's like, don't come back.
No,
literally.
He went somewhere and I think he thought she was going to follow him.
Oh, right.
And then she never came.
Like, I'm not going.
And then we literally spent the entire time kind of like looking at the door to see if he was going to come back.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like, just text him and say there's no connection.
What did she keep making us do shots of? Sambuca.
I don't even know what that is.
I
can genuinely tell you I don't know what that is.
Maybe I'm back on Sambuca.
What is Sambuca? I just did it. I have a problem.
Liqueur that like, I don't know. To me, it's like senior citizens. You put a couple espresso beans in it. You drink it after dinner. I don't know.
Like Mastica?
I mean, it makes sense. Mastica, I think they didn't have. Maybe that's why they were like, do Sambuca instead. Yeah,
I will say thank you so much for introducing me to Mastica.
Oh my God,
I'll give you some.
welcome.
I have some at the house. I'll give you some. It's this like sweet Greek alcohol that you can take shots of. But to me, it's so good cold. Like, amazing.
It's really the best thing that you could ever drink.
And I've been cooking really Greek because I bought all those spices.
Right.
I have been cooking up a storm with those spices. And the food has been bomb. I made the tzatziki.
Excellent. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
Here I am being a trad wife, cooking for my husband.
Trad wife.
I owe him though.
Feminist.
Listen, I owe him. I owe him a lot and
financially,
so, and I can't give him any money. So I can cook for him though. That's all I really have to offer.
That's great.
You know when men are like,
that's
what
like
do you bring to the table?
Dishes. That's like me. I wash dishes.
I hate dishes.
It's part of my thing now. Maxime, how are we doing on time?
You're at 37 minutes so far.
I knew it. My internal clock is so good. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I had no idea.
Well, it's become an issue, as we talked about in maybe the first episode, where I will wake with a fright at certain times. One time, Frank was in London, and he was like, yeah, I have to like get on the train at this time. And I was like, that's 2 a.m. for me. I don't think I'll be up. I'm going to bed early. What time did I flitter my eyes open with a fright?
2 a.m.?
2 a.m. exactly.
And you called him and you said, my love.
Yeah, and he didn't answer.
Ooh.
So I was like, okay. And then I closed it. Have you watched Real Housewives of New York?
Yes.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I think like, let's give it some time. I like Jenna Lyons.
I'm obsessed with Jenna Lyons.
I love Jenna Lyons. She's kind of like neurotic and like, just like.
Well, it's about time. Like, so the housewives have been flirting with lesbianism for so long. I'm just like excited to see a full lesbian on camera because everyone's like, tell us about it. And it's like, yeah, obviously everyone is gay.
Martina from Miami.
Fine. That's true. You're right. And like the OC girls now. But I don't know. For some reason, you're exactly right. There's Martina. For some reason, she's just like I think like
a
it's
different
drawing
representation.
the girls in.
It's drawing the girls in, but Jenna Lyons is a different representation from Martina because Martina's so strongly femme.
Exactly.
And Jenna Lyons is a little bit more androgynous.
Exactly.
Not full, but just like a little tinge of androgyny there.
The apartment, all of it.
Everything about her is so chic. The car, the apartment, and like when she told, what was that other girl? She was like, you can't have Alexander Wang on your back and Balenciaga on your bag.
You know, it's so funny. Like, I think fashion girlies do fight the like canceling of designers a lot. In the sense that like, you know, fashion girlies will be like, well, Galliano, blah, blah, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, whatever. That to me was really bold. For her to be in fashion PR, to wear Alexander Wang, and then on top of that, and I was just like, Jenna Lyons is the realest.
I didn't even think about it like that. I thought she was just saying that's too many labels.
I think she was saying that's too many labels, but I also took it as like you're wearing Alexander Wang. In like, I don't
controversy.
know. No, whatever. Or maybe it's fine now. What do I know? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, but either way, I love that. I like Psy too. I think Psy's really cunty. I think
Psy's gonna annoy me eventually, but
she's
I'm
kind of annoying in that like influencer way where she's kind of dragging the like, I'm a bad bitch kind of like, where she's like, I'm bringing all these bags and like, do you even know me? Like, I'm bringing my own toilet paper. It's like a little bit, it's a little gaggy. It feels a little like she's doing it for the camera a little bit. But I like it. The fashions are good. I used to follow her. I don't remember why I stopped following her, but I might start following her again. I like her fashions. Brynn, I don't like the way that she dresses.
That's what I was just going to ask you about.
I don't like Brynn's the way that
she's going to be crucial, I think,
she's going to be great for the show.
Because when she is not around, we're like, where's Brynn?
Yes, but also I did like that episode without her.
You did? See, I was kind of like, where's Brynn?
Well, you know what? I think that when Brynn's not around, you at least have Uba. And I think Uba's
fun.
So fun.
Mm-hmm.
She's so fun. She's so pretty. She's so cute. She's strange.
Yes.
She's talking about which way is north.
But I loved that because I'm like, I never know.
But she wanted to sit facing north.
I don't think there's anything weird about that. Just kidding. Of course I do.
Okay. I was like, what? I hate when people tell me to go north, south, or west or east.
Exactly.
It's like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Do I look like a fucking compass? You're trying to tell me that I'm walking down the street.
Even in the subway. I get pissed Manhattan. When they're like northwest facing whatever. Unless things are numbered, do not. And even when they're numbered.
Paris always does that. Paris will always say to me like, walk north, walk south.
Say numbers are going up. Numbers are going down.
Say uptown, downtown.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got really...
Yeah, actually, they could put that on a subway thing. Just uptown is this way, downtown is this way.
North, south, west,
northwest
east.
Corner.
Are you crazy? I'm about to get a tattoo of a compass because I really do not know directions and also it feels sentimental.
What? That would be completely pointless. The compass is not going to move on you.
No. It's not just about the direction. It's like a sentimental thing.
What? Because you don't understand north, south, east, west?
No, because I'm like, because I'm connected to the ocean. I am a woman of the ocean. I'm a woman of boats. And, I just feel like a compass is like very like boat related.
Is it?
And like, I don't know. It's just like a compass. So you're like, oh, I always know where I'm going in life.
This is why I don't have any tattoos. Because every idea is terrible. That is the worst.
And you know what?
I've ever heard.
And you know what? It's going to be it's
going to be wrong all the time.
No, actually, it's going to be a compass. But instead of east, north, south, west. Listen to this.
North, south, west. Who says it that way?
Okay, whatever. Instead of those things, instead of those like letters, it will have me, my sister, my grandma, my mom.
And me in the middle. Me in the middle going.
No, not their photos, just like KK and then like
well, that's even more confusing. Now you're not going to know even north.
It's
which one
a personal
is which.
Touch.
All right.
It's a personal touch. I don't know where I'm going to get this tattoo or if I'm ever going to get this tattoo because I'm scared of needles. I already have one tattoo and I don't know if I can do it again.
I support you in everything that you do and all of your ventures.
No, you don't. Right. I think you're getting drunk. I am.
First of all, the amount that I've held this together being hungover. Surprise. I've been hungover this whole time.
Surprise, we went to Le Bain last night.
You've not been. Yeah, I was like scrubbing this. Just like,
first of all, I don't have it. Listen, I don't really get hungover anymore because of the Prozac.
Oh,
isn't that crazy?
Okay,
and let me know if you guys do, if you take Prozac, if you get, my therapist also takes Prozac.
Take Prozac again. Or I took for one summer, which you know what is crazy? So right now it's like Venus retrograde, which I'm at the point where I'm like, stop telling me when things are going to be bad. Do you know what I mean?
What does maybe is that like a love romance retrograde?
I don't know, but like it has had me a little twisty, I gotta say. And the last time it was like this was the worst summer of my life, where I did wind up medicated briefly. So I was like, are we headed in that direction? I don't know.
Don't even let that come into your mind.
It could be cute to be on a little...
Yeah, but if you don't need it, don't take it unless you need it. You don't be like, I might. Go in positive, like, I won't, but only take it if you need it. I don't like taking it, but I will say it did fucking help me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bitch, did it help me. Okay, the depression was depressioning.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel great when I'm hanging out and like doing that. I don't know.
Girl, I mean, it was like really, 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 really bad. Like I had to go low.
I remember.
To get back up high. So I don't know. But I will say I don't get, it is harder to get drunk. Like I can drink a lot.
I was getting more drunk. What was I on? Zoloft.
You were on
a very low dose of Zoloft.
Yeah, Zoloft.
This was the worst part is when I did stand up and I was crushing, I didn't feel it. It was dark. I was doing like Sex and City tours and I was like at all these Australians laughing and I was like, I feel nothing. And I was like, I gotta get off of this. I know it's crazy.
That's kind
of
hot,
I would get drunk
though.
off of one. Maybe, but
I don't know what that feels like. Prozac definitely doesn't do that. You still feel your feelings.
I didn't feel low and I didn't feel high. And
I think what it did was it like mellowed me out a little bit. And so that my anxiety wouldn't just go immediately. It would just be like.
That's nice. I don't feel like I'm spiraling. I feel like I got to the point. And to be honest, like it's so like, I'll be like, I'm on the edge of a breakdown. And I'll be like, actually, this is a really great summer. Like, I'm just like, it's like so crazy.
Well, you know what
it's so crazy.
Okay, can I just say this really quickly? It like has, I don't know what has anything to do with anything, but I just feel like I forget all the time to be appreciative of what I do have. And like in my mind, like I came back from Greece and I was like, you spent too much money. You're broke. You ain't got no job. Loser. You're a fucking loser. Now you got to sell tickets to this show. Just all this like negative ass self-talk.
It was an amazing show.
Not only
Good turnout.
Not only that, I was like, my life is not that bad. I am not starving. I'm not destitute in the streets. You know what I mean? Like, I actually like am so lucky that I even have Hamide to be there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm so lucky to even like be able to like try to even do a show like this when like a couple years ago I probably wouldn't have.
I was really proud of you.
Thank you.
Really proud of you. It's a perfect match. Like it really is so great to see when your friend, I'm like, you found your thing.
I do really think it's my thing. Yeah.
It's literally like when
karaoke and comedy.
Yes, it's perfect. It's so perfect.
So like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just so like what you were just saying, like it's the worst summer ever, or like, is it the best summer ever?
It's just a lot of extremes for me. Extreme highs, extreme lows.
But I'm saying like, we have to remember like, there's so much to be grateful for.
You know what? Also, like we don't do this with other seasons. It's not like, oh, I'm having a great winter. You know what I mean? It's like there's such like a weird.
We accept like
thing.
Winter is shitty, but with summer we're like high.
Right. And if it's like not good, do you know how hard it is to have 3 good months in a row? That's kind of crazy.
It is.
I don't know.
It is crazy.
Hot take on summer from me. But I think that also like we have fun all year round.
Truly.
Most people do.
Also, and we live in New York.
Yeah.
And we leave New York. And I think that's the other thing is that like leave New York. People are like, how can you be in New York? Bitch, I got to go. Every 3 months I got to
feel like I haven't been in New York enough. Like I feel like I haven't gotten into like a swing of New York summer, but I'm just like also letting go of that. I'm like, let me get through this summer.
A swing of New York summer. We were in Greece, babe.
I know, but like
New York summer Greece.
Sometimes I feel like you missed 1 or 2 crucial parties because you got to go home to fucking
You have FOMO. Like, her FOMO is insane.
It's actually
your
productive.
Party FOMO is crazy because I'm like, what? I was in Greece. I don't give a fuck what's happening in New York. I was in the ocean,
I'm in
laying
Greece.
on my back, just floating in the ocean. I kayaked.
I don't like to have
even
scheduling
kayak.
conflicts. I don't like to have scheduling conflicts.
I hear you. I don't know.
Fucks me.
Whatever happening in New York. We've been here for so long. We've seen it all.
I know, but I love the New York summer. I love being sticky as it's 90 degrees.
I do not like being sticky. I was disgusted
I know, actually,
today.
I do too. All right, we should probably wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Anyway, I think this was a really good.
I feel this was cathartic. Wow, our studio audience almost walked directly in front of the camera.
We would have murdered
She wants to get
you.
on camera. Who can blame her?
Yeah.
In her Jamaica shirt.
That's-
Smile, man.
Okay, that's my shirt. That's my shirt, and she stole that from me. And she's been holding that for.
It looks great.
Let me
Oh,
tell
you brought her shirt to her house?
Yeah.
I love that. Show her his boss.
I got that. You know where I got that shirt?
Jamaica?
London. I bought that in London with you. You don't remember. We were thrifting.
Well, give me that.
We're always thrifting.
The mysterious black corset that I've left.
Oh, I need to bring it. It's not a corset. It's like a.
This is so boring.
Okay. All right. Anyways, I mean, this doesn't matter. We could cut this part out.
Thank you for listening. We did not do call to actions up top.
Okay,
so
we'll do them now.
If you're enjoying the podcast, please like, review,
subscribe,
share it with your friends. You have a friend who's unhinged, send her the pod. Spotify, very easy to rate.
Gorgeous. Yes. Rate us. Give us 5 stars.
And our TikTok. We're going to
our TikTok.
on the TikTok.
Our TikTok is called Hoes with Feelings. It's not embarrassing. Our TikTok is called Hoes with Feelings, and I am really trying to get it going where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's not embarrassing. We are promoting ourselves because we're trying to make that coin. Anyways, goodbye.